Okay, hey, welcome to Connie's Corner. This is my first episode of my vlog, and it's going to really focus on lots of issues, okay, lots of current issues, predominantly dating, dating for all ages, but as a mature woman, what it's like dating in 2020. I'm also going to cover health issues, love, sex, and also kind of trying to dispel the myths that I heard, certainly to do with sex and black women. I just want to share my experiences with you, okay? And if anyone's got any ideas, anything that they would like to share, then perhaps, drop me a line and I will, I'll bring it up and we'll discuss it. This is my first time in front of a camera. This is my first time speaking about my experiences, some of which are actually quite funny, some of which are quite horrific, but these are things, like I said, I want to share with you. I don't have a fan base, a viewer base, or whatever it's called. The whole point of me doing this, like I said, is I've had quite a few bizarre experiences. I'm a single woman. I have children, they're adults now. I have the most amazing dog. She's gorgeous, she's a yellow lab. I'm a huge dog lover. I also have foibles, like we all do. My major one is grass. A lot of people can't seem to understand that, and I've tried Googling. I don't know if there is an actual phobia to do with grass, because I've tried searching for one, but I can't bear grass. And I don't mean the smoking kind, I mean the walking kind. Yeah, if anyone else has the same reaction to grass as I do, or if anyone knows of what it's called if you can't bear grass. I don't like walking on grass. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the sensation under my feet, shoes as well. I won't sit on grass. I feel dirty around grass, and lots of friends just think I'm kind of odd. So, this kind of links in with lots of things, because obviously going on a picnic is really not for me. When guys, on dating sites, everybody seems to say they enjoy country walks. It's like everybody enjoys country walks. And it's just, I walk. I love walking. I love town walking. I loved going to Rome and walking, sort of 29,000 steps a day. I love doing the same in New York, or walking around London. I just don't want to go trudging through mud and cowpats and stumpy grass and whatever else. So anyway, that's me and mud, and my biggest foible. If anyone at all knows anything, or if anyone else has got the same phobia, or if anyone knows what it's called, please just drop a comment, and and then I can see what we can do about it together. I mean, obviously everybody's scared of spiders. We know that's arachnophobia. There are other phobias out there, but it's just really, I don't know if I'd class it as a phobia. I just can't abide grass. I hate it, and therefore, for me, festivals, amongst other things, don't even get me talking about public toilets and portaloos, but festivals again are a no-go for me. But do comment if you experience the same sort of thing, or something similar, or something weird and wonderful that we can talk about. If we kind of talk about the grass thing, because I know that to most people, everyone walks on grass. Nobody dislikes it other than me. Like I've said, on dating sites, you kind of get guys that are very much into, they want to go camping. They want to, at my age, I don't want to go camping. And it's not even just the uncomfortable aspect of it. And I think about my last experience of camping, you're going back quite a few years. I was 16 years old at the time. One instance, I am incredibly arachnophobic. At this point, I wasn't too bad on grass. I was getting changed once in my tent, and literally sort of clothes off, looked up, and there was the biggest, fattest spider just kind of hanging there above my head. So I literally ran out with nothing on. We had a gatekeeper, or a security man that was around the campsite. I remember waking up one night, and he was just sat staring at me. He was sat on the end of my bed. Obviously I was up on the floor, on the ground, in a sleeping bag. I think I had a blow up bed as well. So you can imagine, sat on the end of my bed, you wake up and there is a guy staring at you, just staring. He didn't do anything, thankfully. That being one of my experiences of camping, I also got my foot stuck down a rabbit hole and twisted it. And I also, because my campmate had been a bit silly and annoyed some people, they threw a load of water in our tent, and I woke up to beetles in my head. No, I'm not going through this story. I don't want to. I just hate it. It's just horrible. It's just, yeah. So me and camping, we don't really get on. People go on about glamping. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. You know, the fact it's got amping in it just has this kind of negative connotation in my head. But camping is not for me. Glamping, I don't know. You know, if you could do it on sand, and if you had, you know, a private bathroom, and you know, just everything that you would normally have in a hotel room, then yeah, maybe I would consider it. But I just don't want to be in mud and grass with waking up with beetles in my hair, or anything else for that matter. I'd certainly like to stay on a beach overnight, you know, maybe listening to music, a campfire, hanging out with friends, barbecue, that kind of thing sounds absolutely amazing. I think from where I am, getting to a beach is just an effort. If I had a beach just down the road, I would probably use it all the time. As a single woman, in my case, a single woman in her 50s, we're just living in such a different world to the one that I lived in when I was last dating. Gone are the days when you could go out on a Friday night, you know, you go to a club, or somebody would be having a party, and then you get off with somebody, and you know, your relationship would start like that. I remember one relationship started, I went into a record shop. There was one copy of this record, and I reached for it at the same time as this other guy reached for it. And we kind of like, you know, had a very funny kind of verbal sort of battle over who was going to have it. He ended up letting me have it, so very chivalrous. And I then bought him a drink, and it kind of went from there. We were together for 3 years. Actually got engaged at one stage. My issue about dating sites is that people lie. I've been catfished so many times. You know, you're looking at this picture of somebody, and then the person that you actually find out you're talking to is completely different. I find it really creepy, to be honest. You know, if you're on a dating site, put your pictures on it. Sorry, talking about dating sites, but my friends, my colleagues, my work colleagues, my beautiful girls that I work with, when I first started the whole dating thing, we sat down in the conference room at work, and we kind of talked about, you know, sort of what was acceptable, you know, sort of what kind of guy you could go for. They actually, you know, spoke a lot of sense. So there are certain things that I look out for and completely swipe left. If a guy says that he went to the School of Hard Knocks, the University of Life, the worst one is holding a fish. I don't know what it is about men holding a fish. Why? What? You know, and sometimes they're massive things. Please take some time to do your profile. Don't just whack one picture up and that's it, you know, and the picture often is sort of from somebody that's sort of 20 years younger. You know, I've been on dates where you kind of meet up with a person and you're looking over their shoulder, kind of thinking, well, okay, well, where's the guy I'm meeting then? Because this is clearly his dad. There isn't any reason to lie. I just don't get the whole lying thing. And also, obviously, you're going to get the scammers, aren't you? That, you know, I had a guy a couple of weeks back that, you know, once we exchanged numbers, he then kind of said to me, oh, are you independent? What do you mean, am I independent? Do I walk independently? You know, do I go to the toilet independently? I don't know what he meant. And then I kind of thought, is he talking about financial independence? Yeah, I don't know. Some of the questions, again, he went from being like this charming man on the site to the moment you give a number, it's almost like they hand you over to somebody else, and then you start getting these sort of dodgy sentences. You just kind of think, okay, this can't be the same person. This can't be the architect, okay, that went to whatever university, because if it was, they wouldn't be speaking like that. The other thing that winds me up as well, actually, is like when you get a picture of like a torso, and then like the message underneath is married, not looking for anything. You know, I just think, oh my God, that poor wife. I don't want to use the term scumbags. Okay, the other thing I actually want to talk about is when you do finally go on a date with somebody, be nice. There's no reason to be awful on a date. I will always sit and have a drink with them. You know, if we get on, obviously it'd be like a few drinks, maybe something to eat. But what do you do at the end of the date if you're really not interested? That's something that I do find quite difficult at times. So you get to the car and it's, well, what do you do now? Do you fist bump them? Do you, what do you do? Just kind of go, okay, well, hi, yeah, bye. Thank you for a lovely evening. There have been some instances where, the guy will kind of look at you and grab hold of you and sort of pull you towards him, which sounds really romantic if you're into him. If you're not, kind of recoiling back and literally doing gymnastics trying to get away from, this sort of looming kiss. If anyone's got any really good ideas, actually, please comment. I don't want to offend anybody, that's the last thing I want to do. But if you've got any good ideas, not fist bumping, but just a way to end a date that hasn't gone as well as you would like it to have gone, and then you can sort of move on to the next one. Sex from my perspective, I'm not going to say it's going to be from a woman's perspective, and I'm not going to say it's from a black woman's perspective, because actually everybody's different. Sort of the comments related to colour that I've had actually, within this dating scene. I had one guy message me and say, look, is it true what they say about black women and blowjobs? I don't know. I've never been given a blowjob by a black woman, so how am I meant to know? Another one, I sort of walked into a bar and there was a guy sat at the bar, and had he not have asked me such a stupid question, we probably would have got chatting. But his question was, do black women like white men? I'm one black woman. I can't then answer for the other however many billion of black women there are on the planet. Well, yeah, some black women do, some black women don't. But I just thought that's the most ridiculous question that you can ask. Now, I've also been told that there is this myth going around about black women liking rough sex. No, it isn't a thing. Not all black women are into rough sex. It's the individual. Why put it into this category of, okay, you're black, so you must do this? Or, okay, you're female, so you must do that. Get to know that person and don't just make an assumption. What is it with dick pics? I'm sorry, but the amount of times that I've sort of sent it, you get to the stage, you've been chatting on a dating site, you get to the stage of like swapping numbers and, you kind of send a message, hi, how are you? The next thing you get is a dick pic, and it's why? What is it that makes you think that women just want these unsolicited photos of your genitalia? I mean, I don't know, maybe there are some women out there that enjoy it. I really don't know, but I kind of think leave that until you're actually asked. If you're asked, then perhaps do it, but just kind of out of the blue, it's just a little bit weird. I'll tell you a story, actually. I was chatting to a guy yesterday and he seemed really, really sweet, really nice. He didn't have a lot on his profile. We kind of messaged a little bit last night, not very much because I was busy doing other bits and pieces. And I woke up this morning to three messages actually. One was, send me some pictures, you're a player, and how much, with like lots of pound signs behind it. When I gave him my number, I also said to him, okay, please, no dodgy pictures, no dodgy videos. And he said, no, of course not, and he sort of reiterated his age and said that he was respectful of all women. Fuck off, you're blocked. It's just not acceptable. Why? What is it? What is it in some men, not all men, because obviously there are some really decent guys out there. But what is it that makes them think that it's okay to just suddenly turn and ask for nude pics? It just kind of brings me back to my days in London when I was younger, and it was the 80s, and sometimes I used to wear a suit to work, and I used to carry a briefcase because it was the thing. And I remember standing at a bus stop, I was wearing a trouser suit, standing there in the evening, carrying a briefcase, waiting for a bus, and I had 4 cars go past me, 4 cars, saying to me, how much? Are you working tonight, love? Sort of comments like that, what do you charge? And it's how the hell can somebody stood at a bus stop wearing a trouser suit, carrying a briefcase, be misconstrued as a prostitute or a working girl? But please don't send me dick pics, please don't send me wanking videos. I've had a few good dates. I've had a few kind of really weird, not so good dates. And I did have one lengthy relationship, well, an 18-month relationship out of dating. So, you know, it's not all negative when it comes to the whole dating scene. But it has been a minefield, and it really has been, like I said, you know, this experience that has opened my eyes. And I think it's probably clarified a lot as well, because I now know for certain what it is that I'm looking for. But obviously the whole sex side of things just needs to be 100% consensual, and if you're not comfortable, don't go down that route. So I'm coming to the end. It's been a little bit all over the place because this is my first time in front of a camera, but it'd be really good if you'd like to hear what else I'd like to say. Like my page, drop me a comment. Okay, it's been really cool doing this. Very different, and I'm completely out of my comfort zone, but hey, take care, and I'll see you next time on Connie's Corner.